played in Seattle. What is it about that place that makes it just a nightmare to try to beat an opponent?
Yeah, I'll definitely say the atmosphere. You know, their stadium's pretty loud. They get into the game really well. Obviously, when they're in a good game or they're winning, you know, it's very loud in there. But, like, just coming into this game, you know, just the crowd noise, obviously, for our offense, knowing that they're going to be loud, those type of things. But, yeah, they got a lit stadium for sure.
There's a sense in this locker room. You guys are all about team accomplishment, but we're talking about KOC, about the coach of the year. Jones closing on 1,000 yards. And Darnold's talking about MVP votes. What you've done this year, accolades you've had. I know none of you guys are wanting to accept individual responsibility, but or accolades, I should say.
Yes, sir.
But just to have all this stuff coming together at once, have you guys had a chance to talk amongst yourselves like, man, there's something going on in here?
You know, I feel like when we're together, we talk about it for sure. Obviously, to bring up, you know, us, our brothers, we got to go talk nice and tell him what he's been doing. But I just think we're all just staying, you know, focused on the goal, I would say. But I feel like everyone's just playing with a chip on their shoulder. Like I said, I feel like a lot of guys here, obviously, you know, like me, 1-year deal. Sam came in doing what he's doing. So I feel like everyone's just, you know, playing with that motivation. And I just think that's the key. Everyone just coming in, you know, obviously sticking to the goals we want, but everyone's playing with that chip on their shoulder, and that's just showing all around on both sides.
And you've been rewarded for it. You've been at this long enough to know that a 12-win season starts putting some things in range that a lot of guys can play this game for a long time and not have a shot at. There's a sense in here of we worked hard to get here, but this is where it's really going to happen if we're going to have a special season.
Exactly. You know, obviously we got a lot of vets here that's been through it. You know, we got Gilly's been to the Super Bowl. Guys that have been put to the playoffs a lot, so they kind of know, you know, what it takes, and obviously they're just, you know, keeping that in our ear. You know, we made it to a point to get 12 wins. You know, it's hard to do in the NFL, but we also got a goal that we're trying to reach, and that's the thing why taking it week by week that KO brings up every single day, and I think that's what helps us to switching that mindset to, you know, taking care of business and handle this stuff later on in the past of the season.
Sorry, last one for me, just talking about the depth that you guys have had across the board defensively. I mean, it's not 11 guys, it's 17, 18, 19 guys.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes that competition, somebody comes in and does well, like, well, that guy might creep in on me a little bit, but I haven't sensed any of that.
Definitely not. We already know the next man step up. That's the key. We're all here. We always play together. We work together. We know the next guy that goes in is going to do the same thing. So I feel like we have no guys that know there'll be a fall off. We got young guys that's showing up, like our last game, showing up, making plays. So we just got to hope. We got a room full of guys that's ready to get in the game and make plays.
Tell me about the shirt.
I love repping my teammates. I love Gink. He's one of the best players on our team. He shows up every weekend. Appreciate him for the shirt. Hey, Gink, shout out to you, bro.
He's got a good look.
Yeah, it is. Good looking person, good looking shirt. Oh yeah, they coming soon. It's
going to feel like a playoff game where you guys sit and Seattle's in a fight where they sit. Is this really going to kind of ramp up for maybe what you guys have seen in some of the games you played the last month or two?
Nah, I think ever since we hit December, it's been that kind of playoff mentality for this team. You know, this is where our best football got to be played at the end of the season. And it's what better way to do it than going against a team, you know, who's in that same kind of situation, fighting for their life in the playoffs. We fighting for ours. So it's a lot to be had on Sunday.
You played there? You played in Seattle?
Yeah, I played there 2020 COVID, no fans. But the speakers were still loud, though. The speakers were super loud. I played there again in the preseason. Obviously not the same atmosphere. So I'm excited to get out there and see what that feels like.
Tell me what you know, or what maybe some guys that have seen that have talked about the atmosphere.
That 12th man is real. You know, it's I would say second to us only in the league. You know, in terms of just being able to cause havoc and that mental pressure of, you know, just having teams playing slow. So yeah, offense definitely has to, you know, be on their P's and Q's when it comes to communication and being able to talk through things or, you know, communicate things in a certain way. And defensively, we know we just can't let them get any chunk plays, because then that's going to rattle up the whole stadium.
You start your preparation today. You guys have done this before where you're not exactly sure who the quarterback's going to be. They're saying Geno Smith. You never really know. It may be the first time a coach bent the truth about an injury, but do you have to prepare? Because there's two very different quarterbacks that they could throw at you guys.
Yeah, no, I would say the offense stays the same. You know, obviously they can't switch up the whole offense just because one guy's down. Teams are built to plug and play, you know, play your same style of ball. Season's already deep in, so we're expecting the same thing with whatever guys out there. Obviously, you know, we just know Geno's, you know, he's the guy. He can make all the throws. He's a great quarterback. He's been playing lights out this year, so, you know, we're going to have to step up in there when he plays. But, I mean, we're ready for anybody.
Last one for me. Is there anything about this defense that is now a strength, or is more of a strength than maybe it was 14 weeks ago?
I would say our trust. We played a bunch of different guys that stepped on the field with each other, and you know, not just 11, 15, 16, 17, 18 deep. And this late in the season, we all got this trust in each other that if I do my job, I know the guy next to me is going to do his job, the guy behind me is going to do his job, the guy to my left is going to do his job. So I would say that's where we've elevated our game. Obviously, little fundamental things, we still got to keep clean throughout the season, but the trust has definitely grown, and I would say that's the strength of this defense.
Our defense is playing you differently now than maybe they were at the beginning of the season. Are you feeling like you're seeing tighter, you're seeing closer, you're maybe seeing more guys?
I feel like I gotta see in these upcoming games to really tell, but like right now, I don't really think so.
What are guys telling you about playing in this atmosphere that you're going to see Sunday, because that place can get crazy?
Yeah, I played there last preseason. It was pretty loud just for a preseason game, so I pretty got a good feel for it.
I know momentum can change quickly in the national football league. The way you guys are playing. And once again, everybody says, well, didn't play the perfect game. You guys still had 30 points on Monday night. How much momentum is there that you guys just continue doing this week in and week out? You're proving that this is no fluke.
Yeah, we on a nice streak right now. We still haven't played to the capabilities that we wanted to play, so we just got to go out there and do what we do and just take the energy out the place early.
Does that give this team more confidence in the game, knowing that we're capable of doing this, whereas before maybe some teams have to live by just the pass to get back in it or to close the game out, where you guys are capable of it, we've done it before, you can rely on that?
Yeah, I think as players you always have the confidence that you can do it. So it doesn't matter the situation. If we need to drop back 100 times, then we have the confidence that we can do that. And if we need to run 100 times, great. We're just players, We'll let the coaches handle how we're going to do it, and whatever's called, we're going to execute. And if there's not execution, then we're going to get in the film room and all right, like why did we not hit that block there? Why did we not get to this guy here? It's a long season, and so you're doing that. You're taking that journey the whole year, figuring out what's working and moving on and getting better.
Were you surprised that Brian pushed through and returned to the game?
No, Brian's a beast. Everyone knows Brian's a beast. You're worried when he first goes down, and then he goes down again. There's some freak stuff, like the same mechanism twice in a row in a game. But Brian's so tough. He's a captain for a reason. He knows his body, if he can push through it or not. It was great to have him back out there. It was like he goes down, you're like, dang it. He comes back, you're like, good to see you. And he goes down, you're like, dang it. Comes back, you're like, all right, let's ride. It's testament to him as a competitor. And we love having him in there.
Kind of going off that, Kale was talking the other day about obviously he means a lot on the field.
Yeah.
But he's turned into such a leader off of
Yeah.
it. Like, how have you seen him grow into that role, and how much does he mean to this locker room?
Yeah, it's huge. He's a presence. He's a vocal leader. He's, I think, by example most. He just goes about his business the right way. He's the ultimate pro. Riley Reef was the leader of my first 2 years here. Set a phenomenal example of what a true pro looks like. And I think Brian takes some stuff from him, added some stuff of his own. But it's been awesome to see that development, because my first year, his second year, we were just figuring it out, doing what we could. But to watch him evolve, it's been awesome.
Is it what
I break down all mine and I make a highlight.
Yeah, I think they have a great fan base. You can see it on film a lot of times where they're getting defenses to jump off sides, getting guys flustered a little bit, and then defensively when they're out there getting offenses to call timeouts and to false start and stuff. So it's a fun environment to play in. They do a great job over there. They're a really good team, so this is going to be a really fun matchup.
Defense as a whole, even.
Right, our defense.
Or your unit, either way. Something that has become a huge strength now that maybe had to be developed, that maybe you didn't have when we were back talking in August.
Well, I think maybe in training camp or even like off season, you really can't preach what your identity is going to be as a defense. You can say all the coach speak and stuff, but until you go out there and like line up against an outfit with pads on, it kind of shows itself what type of team you are. And so, yeah, I think now at this point, I think what's cool about our season this year is as a collective team, as Minnesota Vikings, we've won games a lot of different ways, right? We've won games from trailing at the half, from starting really fast, making teams one-dimensional. We've won games running the ball and limiting them running the ball. We've won games where we've given up a lot of yards and, not been as great on offense, but still found ways to win the game. Special teams has helped us win games.
I think that's to our strength. So at this point, I think if anything, we found out we're a resilient group. And yeah, defensively, we take the football away. We try to make teams one-dimensional and then let some of these elite athletes we have go attack the quarterback. But again, I think the biggest thing we've learned is that we can win in a lot of ways, and that's to our advantage.
Last one for me, not the first time you guys have had a team that has a quarterback question. You're saying Geno Smith's going to be fine. Wouldn't be the first time the team has hit the truth about quarterback. He's different. Does it tailor how you guys have to do your preparations this week? Do you have to do a little more if him, or you just play it straight and adjust on the fly?
I mean, we're preparing to face Geno. I've never played him myself, but watching on film, I mean, this guy's completing like 4 out of 5 passes or like 3 out of 4 passes. He's really elusive. He makes all the throws. I think he's pretty smart. What I can tell on film, he's able to identify where the free hitter will be or where the run protections can get to. A lot of pre-motion shift and stuff. I don't know how much of that's called or how much of that he's doing himself at the line. But yeah, there's a reason that he's having the success that he's had. And at their place, obviously we'll see if he does play. But that's who we're preparing for.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Harrison,
more broadly stands out about Seattle's offense to you?
I think how they do a lot of things really well. I know for a long time I felt like not watching it. We hadn't played them in a few years, so I just kind of thought like DK Metcalf was like all they got. But as I'm watching the film, I realized they have like weapons all across the board. Tyler Lockett's been doing it for a long time. They've got a lot of weapons at receiver, both running backs. I don't know if we'll see both of them or not, but they're one of the best 1-2 punches when healthy, I think, that they have out there. And then up front, they have like a good mix of veteran leadership with young guys that are hungry. So, this is like a really, really well offense. Again, I haven't seen them enough to prepare. We haven't played enough common opponents. But I've been watching the film and been super impressed and excited for another great team to play against.
just about the feeling in this locker room compared to other teams. Does it feel different, the run you're on? Does this compare any at all to that first year when O'Connell was here and you were 13-4 and you were on a run, or does this feel like a more complete team than perhaps that one?
I'm never really big into the comparing. I like to take every year for what it is. And this year is special. And guys are truly bought into what we're doing. And just the mindset has been there. Just want to know every single week. And coaches have been emphasizing that, and how we prepare emphasizes that, and it's something that we got going.
The running game was so critical in that Bears game, and you're coming in to block, to help out, to keep Darnold up when he needed to throw that ball. How critical is that the running game can be something that turns the tables like it did in that third quarter where you guys went on that long drive, and a lot of it was Aaron working back there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's pretty known in just the history of football. If you can run the ball well, you're going to win a lot of games. And if you can have a balanced offense, you're going to win a lot of games. And I think that's something that we emphasize this year, being able to run the ball when we need to. Adding Aaron, bringing back Cam, Ty, all those guys are pieces to that puzzle. And the O-line has been blocking their butts off. Tight ends have been blocking their butts off all year, so it's been good.
Whatever it is, block, catch, run, special teams, I just want to do it at a high level, the highest level that I can, and help this team win.
The guy who's been in different locker rooms the last couple of years, is there a feeling in here, and I know you guys don't want to get any further ahead than this Sunday.
Yeah.
Is there a feeling that let's keep this tight because we've got a chance to really do something here this year?
Yeah, absolutely. KO told us block out the outside noise. We're the only people that we should be worried about. We're the only team that can beat us. That's pretty much the best way to look at it. Nobody can beat us unless we beat ourselves. So.
But are you guys picking each other up, starting to look at practice? Just 12-2, and we got a chance to do some stuff here.
I think everybody knows exactly who we are, what we can do. It's just about doing it week in and week out, and that's our focus right now. Focusing on the next game, and that's where we at with it.
What does it continue to say about an offensive unit that you look at Monday's game and say, didn't do that, could be cleaner here, you still scored 30 points.
Yeah.
What does that say about you?
Say a lot when we can play an incomplete game and still go out and put up 30 points. What can happen? What will happen when we play a complete game? So just put a lot into perspective for us to let us know who we are and where we are.
fun is this for you as you guys come to work every week? But you've been getting the results. Just as somebody who you guys put your bodies on the line and you've been getting the rewards this year, how fun has this season been to this point?
It's been fun, man. It's also been a blessing to see, well, for me, to see every step of the way, you know what I mean? Considering my journey, where I've been to where I am now, it's a blessing, you know, to be able to be here and compete and go out and win, go out and put it on tape.
I was going to say, mean more to you with what you had to go through?
Yeah, I would say that. That's safe to say, yeah.
Would you say that those adversities have prepared you for
Absolutely. They prepared me for this moment and moments outside of football. So just life in general, which I'm grateful for, and just want to keep learning and growing.
You know, watching him when he played.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, he's a legend, like you said. You know, we were. I think we were in the receiving room. We were kind of talking to our Keenan, and we were like, what were people saying before? You know, it was Moss, before you got Moss, and he couldn't even think of nothing. And to me, that just encapsulate, you know, how much of a legend he is, man. And you know, honestly, he's in our thoughts and our prayers, man. And even in my own prayer time, we're praying for Randy, man. And you know, obviously, he was able to, you know, fight back and all those different things. But I'm hoping that this is the last time he has to deal with that. So.